Good morning, South Africa. Yeah, I'm not the person for all the social media things, but yeah, it's time we speak up as South Africans, as a collective, because all the things that's going on in this country is not okay. And yes, some of us call ourselves proper colored, some of us are poison mixes and whatnot, but nevertheless, we are colored. I just want to highlight to my communities that this thing that happened on the podcast, it's a Racebait. It's a Racebait because never have a government fear more that the people, both black and white, realize what's been going on to them systemically and generationally. And I'm pleading to my people, don't lower yourselves by talking about stupid things like those boys did. We just need to teach them a lesson. Maybe most of you don't know that politicians are shareholders in the sponsor companies, and that's the reason why that narrative have been placed. They want to see anger, they want to see division. The sooner you realize that, the better. Don't give them what they want. Behind the scenes, South Africans are getting together and wanting to fight as a unified system against all the oppression that's been happening to South Africans in the past 30 years. We've been oppressed, black and colored, more than 30 years. My ancestors, my forefathers, my forebears, more than that. I'm asking South Africans to be alert. I want the church to step up and get involved. I don't need for you to be quiet anymore, because whatever's going on here in this country is because the church have become quiet. You cannot collect monies for those coming to your church anymore, and you don't speak against the evils that's happening in this country. Church, you have a role to play. We gave them liberation. We helped them to oppress us for more than 30 years. It's time that you speak up. It's time that you say no to all the evils that's been walking in this country. It cannot go on like this. You can't say to South Africa that we just have to hold on. God will make a way. God help those who help themselves. And as much as you are ministers and pastors of the cloth, you cannot keep quiet in the midst of racial division. We've worked too hard to get us all together. The divide, no politician is talking about. There's no talking or zero tolerance for division and hate amongst each race. Why? Look at who's the parties that's sitting on top in their GNU, and you'll know why they're quiet. They're the orchestrators of this divide and conquer. South Africa needs to wake up. You need to wake up. Church, you need to wake up. If anything, the church, South Africa needs to go in 40 days fasting and pray so that all these evils will be released. And I have something to say to you. Church, I have something to say to you, Council of Churches. You've been keeping quiet and you've allowed clergy from foreign countries to come in. Is this about xenophobia? No. Do you know a lot of pastors are involved with foreign worship? And then they open up churches here. Nigerians will tell you straight. I've seen many podcasts and YouTube videos where they say, if you want easy money, go to South Africa. Because we are mumus. Not everybody that comes in with a cloth, claiming to be a pastor, is coming in here with the right agenda. You need to start regulating that. You need to start regulating that. Most of these are occult worshippers. Why am I talking? I've listened to too many podcasts that exposes this, but the church have been turning a blind eye to the people suffering. You are not suffering because of what? We are a hospitable nation. That's South Africa. But you need to start drawing lines. You're going to lose your country. You're going to lose who you are as people in the name of tolerance. You should have zero tolerance for everything that is abominable in the eyes of God. You cannot keep quiet anymore. This is not just to the church. This is to every South African. We need to, as a collective, all the native South Africans, not naturalized, not dual citizens, native South Africans, black, white, colored, Indian. We need to stand together and we need to fight for our country. There's no time for division. There's no time to look at the race. We need to join hands and we need to stand up as a collective. Every syndicate that's in South Africa, if you go and look at the background of every syndicate, you'll find out there's witchcraft and occultic worship in each and every one of them, even our neighboring countries. Am I saying we don't have witches? Am I saying we don't have ancestral worship or any of those things? No. But am I saying the things that they are bringing in here is staining South African soil with human blood and everything else? Yes. Church, you need to wake up. It's time you rise up. This podcast was Racebait. It is meant to separate us. Cyril Ramaphosa owns shares in those companies. If you want to divide a nation, especially the colored and the black, which has suffered the most in this country, then you pull stunts like that. South Africa needs to be awake. You need to wake up out of your slumber. Not everybody coming in and smiling and calling you brother and sister is your brother and sister. Look at who's next to you. Look at their intentions. If they're here to divide South Africa, look at it from a clear perspective. Don't look at the color. Look at their intentions. We are under siege. We are under siege. I pray to the church to stand up and correct everything that is wrong. We need to start rebuking, and really, South Africa need to go into a real fast and pray so God can release us from all the evil that's busy oppressing the nation of South Africa. I thank you.